Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Larry Larsey. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at another Photoshop feature, and this is the cloud document backup feature that is in Photoshop. Now, obviously, for this to work, you're going to have to be on the newest version of Photoshop, subscribing to the cloud. You have to have the active Photoshop subscription. You can't do this with CS5 or an older version like that. If you're like me, you're probably not even using all the benefits that come with the subscription, and one of the ones is this cloud documents feature. I'm going to show you how to use it as a way to move images from your desktop to your laptop and have them available to you through the cloud, but I'm also going to show you a trick to use it to back up things like actions. So if you find yourself somewhere, maybe you've got a new computer or you're away and need to access things like your action set, you'll be able to do that through the cloud. It really is super helpful. So if you're ready, let's jump right in and roll the intro. Okay, in order to use these cloud features, you're going to have to be logged into your Adobe account. You'll find this at assets.adobe.com. And the first thing it's going to do is ask you to sign in with your password. And that will take you here. Now you know that you are logged in to the Creative Cloud. I've got my Adobe folder here, the cloud documents, a few images that I've already got sitting here in the cloud. So let's jump back into Photoshop. And we've got this image here, just processed it in Luminar, so you've got your before and your after. I'm happy with it. Now I want to save it. So what I will do is I will come up to File, Save As, but what you're going to look for is here at the bottom, Save to Cloud Documents. So I will save to Cloud Documents, bring it up, we'll call this Beach Sample 1, and hit Save. Now when we jump back into the website, and there it will be sitting right there with my other files. Sometimes it takes a few seconds for it to show up in your cloud folder, but it's sitting right there in my cloud documents. And the beauty of this is I can have this available to me wherever I go. So I can be on my laptop somewhere and I want to bring up this image and edit it somewhere, or just having it as a backup here in case something happened to my computer, I'd at least have this image backed up, which is very cool. And you know, you can basically send images back and forth that way and always have access to them through these cloud documents, which is really nice. Now, next time you go to save something, do File, Save As, it's going to be defaulting back to this cloud document. And if you decide, okay, that was just that one document, I want to go back now, you can just click here on your computer and we'll be back to our normal save where we can go and save it as we normally would. Likewise, what you could do is come up to File, Open, and we're already in Cloud Documents. I could grab another one of these images and it'll bring it right up. So you've got a nice extra place to store your images aside from your hard drive. And this is especially helpful if you've got maybe a laptop that doesn't have a whole lot of storage power and you're on vacation and you want to just work on a few images at a time or one image at a time. You don't have to have them taking up all kinds of space on your hard drive. One thing you can look at down here at the bottom is it will show you how much cloud storage you have. And this will depend on what your plan is, and you can add extra storage. I've got 20 gigabytes right there, and you can see I've only used 2.5. So you'll want to keep an eye on that. If it gets to the point that it's filled up and won't let you save any more to the cloud, then you'll know this is where you can check, and you may need to clear up some space, which I can certainly see that happening if you do a lot of saving big documents to the cloud. So that's the basics of how it works with an image, which is super helpful. But I want to show you another really cool thing that you can use with the cloud. Now, one thing we will do is try and back up the actions periodically. You know, it would be terrible to lose all my actions at some point. I've got the ones that I use the most here in this folder. One thing that you can do is come up here, do Save Actions, and it will bring this up, and you notice I don't have the Save to Cloud down here, but over here on the side I have Creative Cloud Files. And if I just click this, it brings up these different folders, and I could even make a new folder, and I'm going to call it action backups. Hit create. Now we're in this folder. I'm going to save this, version 21 action, save. Then I can jump back into my Creative Cloud. And when I am here under Files, you will see here's the action backups, action set 21. So now I've got those actions sitting here on the cloud. So again, if I'm somewhere else, maybe I get a new laptop and I want to bring in my actions or whatever I want to do, I've got the ability to come in here whenever I want and access these actions. And it really is a lifesaver if something happens and you somehow lose a hard drive or disaster strikes your computer. It's so nice to know that all your actions are safe. And especially if you're a person that has a whole bunch of them, especially different action sets, you could fill up this folder with all your action backups and even keep old ones. You know, the actions aren't going to take up very much space. So you could even keep your old ones, and if maybe you cycle them out and you go, oh, I want that action that I used to use about 5 or 6 years ago or whatever, you'd be able to come in here and find it in your old action backups. So as you think about it, there's a number of things you could do here with the Creative Cloud to use all these different things, and it really is super helpful, which, by the way, if you did lose all those actions, you would just come up here to load actions, and we would be back here. We would have to navigate to that folder possibly, so if it was somewhere down the road, but it would be right there, and we would load it in and have our actions back. So the cloud really is a nice feature that a lot of people don't use, and it's free backup storage. If nothing else, I would recommend that you use it for your action backups and like I said, maybe transporting big files when you're on the road and don't have a lot of hard drive space on your laptop. Those are the times that I feel like it would be most helpful. By the way, you'll notice that this file is saved as a PSDC, and that tells you that it's a cloud document. So that kind of helps you keep track of which files you have sitting on the cloud. But it really is as simple as that. It's a nice extra little bit of backup and extra bit of security to have those actions safe and super important files that you use all the time. It really is nice to be able to have those available through the cloud. So you can see it really is a handy feature to have. I see it especially for moving big documents around. Maybe you're on vacation and you've got a big file that you want to work on and your laptop doesn't have that much storage space. You could bring in one image, work on it for a while, bring in a different image, and you wouldn't have to have those clogging up all the space on your hard drive. The other obvious one to me is being able to back up things like those action sets. I can see how you could be somewhere and really need to access your actions, and having those available could be super helpful. But that's just what I've noticed. I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you been using the documents at all? If so, what are some ideas that you've thought about that would be something you could use them for, something else you could back up? So would love to hear your thoughts on it as well. But that's all we have for now. I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.